Hello, thank you for joining me in my study. Those who have been joining me in my study for some time now know that I'm a big fan of interlibrary loan. Rather than buy books, I get my books on interlibrary loan through our little local library in the shopping center. Occasionally, however, I'm frustrated because some books I cannot get on interlibrary loan. For example, I've been wanting to read a 2-volume work by J. Yclept called A History of the Doctrine of the Atonement. This book was published in 1909. That makes it over 100 years old now, and therefore very few libraries have it, and those that do are reluctant to loan out such an old book. And so I wasn't able to get this book on interlibrary loan. Fortunately, my teaching assistant was able to obtain an electronic copy of this book as a PDF file. And so now I've got it on my laptop and I'm reading these 2 volumes on the history of the doctrine of the atonement. What Yclept demonstrates is the remarkable way in which liberal theology in the 19th century and then Christus Victor theology now in the 20th century systematically misrepresent the teaching of the church fathers. The old liberal school of theology tended to depreciate the importance of themes like penal substitution, sacrifice, and vicarious suffering, as did the proponents of the so-called Christus Victor model in the 20th century. In fact, however, Yclept demonstrates that right from the beginning, both the Latin and the Greek church fathers held to these biblical motifs of sacrifice, satisfaction, penal substitution, and so forth. One of my most interesting experiences in reading this book was the discovery of a new word. I rarely run across a word that I have never seen before. And yet in reading this book, I came across a word that looked like a printer's error, like a series of meaningless letters. The word was spelled Y-C-L-E-P-T. And I thought, what is this? This is gibberish. This must be a printer's mistake. But how could it be in this book? And so I looked up the word in the dictionary, and lo and behold, it is a real word, Yclept. And Yclept means named or called. So to use this in a sentence, for example, you might say Paris, Yclept, the city of lights, is the capital of France. So this is a new word that I'm eager to add to my vocabulary, and perhaps you'll want to use to impress your friends as well. Yclept, to be called or named.